Hello, world. I trust that you all are faring really well today. And myself, guys, Umbelo Marlon, I'm super excited to be present here today, hosting this session where we'll have to have an intercourse of ideas that truly make men dare. And today, amongst other days, we're going to be dealing with a topic of great interest, and I'm sure it's going to be profitable towards your upward movement in life. Guys, trust me, you do not want to miss out on these. Today, we're going to be dealing on a choice topic which I captioned entrepreneurial clarity. Trust me, in your business as an individual, you do not want to miss the place of clarity, because you know the essence of clarity in your life and in your business is to ensure excellence through your journey as an individual and also maybe as a business. So you do not want to miss out on this. But hey, before we make progress, I want you to share this link widely and let's get the world gathered here as we would have this intercourse of ideas touching some very essential details that I trust are essential and non-negotiable, inevitable, indispensable to move your business from mediocrity, trust me guys, to excellence. So today we're going to be dealing on what I captioned entrepreneurial clarity. I'm sure someone out there, you would be wondering, what entrepreneurial clarity? First of all, what's this session centered on? So this session has been brought to you by Eagle Mind, and we are passionate about inciting a positive mentality in order to effect a positive reality in our societies. So we believe that there is a lot that you can be able to achieve by just having that clarity in mentality. We believe that your mindset will determine your achievement. We believe a lot that if you can just straighten life out in your mind, if you can have the required information that is relevant to drive progress, that is relevant to incite success, you can be able to reach the highest heights that are possible. And it can be you, it can be your brother, it can be your sister. We can together raise our societies, we can raise our businesses from mediocrity to the platforms of excellence. But hey, that's not possible without having an understanding of the essence of clarity. Trust me, like I said from the beginning, the essence of clarity is to ensure excellence through your entrepreneurial journey. If you don't have clarity, trust me, you might be chasing in the wrong direction as an entrepreneur. If you don't have clarity, you might be doing the wrong activity in your business and yet expecting some blossoming result. It doesn't happen like that. Hey guys, remember, it is your investment that will determine your achievement. Remember, it is your input that will determine your output. But how did I tell you that it is not every input that determines the right output? It is the right input in the right activity that determines the right output at the right time. So you want to have mastery of everything that is vital. What are those details that are vital to launch your business to the next best level? That's why Dr. Catalyst is here today with you guys. And remember, like I said earlier, this program was brought to you by Eagle Mind, and we are passionate about inciting a positive mentality in order to effect a positive reality. So share the link widely, guys. Today I'm on fire and I'm in the mood to ensure we get this rolling, guys. It's Dr. Catalyst right here for you. So please share the link widely. And also, as the program proceeds, I would like to get your thoughts on this particular choice topic, as we'll be making significant progress from right about this minute, because the boy is on fire already. So now guys, you are an entrepreneur or an individual who desires personal development in your life as a person, or maybe in your business also. What are those essential areas that you want to focus on to ensure that you are making significant progress? Because trust me, in the absence of clarity, your business, it might be a complete waste of time. And I think that is the main reason why many businessmen give up, because they get into their business operations without clarity. And in the absence of clarity, trust me, you can't make significant progress, you can't make significant achievement. And trust trust me, it's not just maybe about the revenue from the business. It goes a long way to affect many other areas, including the motivation of the entrepreneur. Oh my God, you can imagine the business where the entrepreneur is not motivated about it. Trust me, your motivation is contagious. And if you are not highly motivated, the people working with you will not be motivated towards getting the result. If the people working with you are not motivated towards getting the result, the consumers will not be motivated to get the outcome of your input. So you want to have that high level of motivation, but hey, that motivation is only possible when you have clarity on what you are doing. And Total Catalyst is here today to tell you what clarity really is and what are those areas in your business that you want to be clear about before going into business. I'm here for us to discuss all of that today. So, to Dr. Catalyst's perspective, the clarity for entrepreneurship is those areas where you need to have an improved understanding, where you need to have a 360-degree mastery in order to ensure the sustainability of your business. Because remember, if your business is not sustainable, it might be a complete waste of time after a brief period of time. So one thing you want to ensure as an entrepreneur is to ensure the sustainability of your business. And one way to ensure that is by improving on your clarity as an entrepreneur, by improving on your clarity as a person of influence. And so now, what are those areas in your business that you want to ensure an improved influence by improving on your clarity, right? So number one of those areas is, what problem are you solving? Trust me, people only come to your business because your business is providing a solution to their problems. In the absence of that solution, there will be no business. And if you cannot provide a solution in an area where there is no problem, and that's the mistake many entrepreneurs do. So you've invested resources in an area where the problem is either lost already, or maybe people are not aware that that problem exists. So first thing you want to do, and it's really interesting here, right? So you want to have an understanding of what problem am I addressing in business. Am I in the sector of health? Is there a health challenge? Is there a transportation challenge? Is there a retail challenge? You want to be clear about what problem are you solving. And hey, it's not okay to just understand the canopy of the problem. So I mentioned either a health, a transportation, a retail challenge. Those are canopy problems. But you want to go deeper into the roots of the problem. You want to look deeper. And as we are talking, I want you to just leave a comment right down there, because if you do not, I want us to exchange ideas. What are some other sectorial problems that you think that people are addressing and maybe they do not have clarity on? Okay, so you have different sectors which canopy all other problems. So you have maybe a health challenge, you have a food distribution challenge, you have a transportation challenge, you have a retail challenge, and there exist so many others. So one challenge many people have is they do not have a clear understanding of what problem they are addressing in society. Because if you do not have a clear understanding, remember, the entrepreneur doesn't just have the job to create value. You have the job to create and communicate value, because value that is just created cannot be effectively marketed. It is only value that is created and effectively communicated that is at the end marketed. So if you want to ensure the marketability of your value, you must improve on the communication ability of the entrepreneur of that value that the entrepreneur is communicating. And hey, did you know that communication goes just beyond words? It goes to the extent of comprehension. You must communicate the problem to the extent or to the understanding of the consumers. If the consumers do not understand the problem that you are solving, they'll not be able to buy the solution you are providing. So first thing, you want to have clarity on what problem am I solving. After knowing the problem, it is your place as an entrepreneur to develop a problem statement that relates with your consumers, right? And you can best do that using statistics and also stories. It is very, very vital. So use statistics, use stories to develop a problem statement. Something that looks like, in the year 1920, maybe 1922, there exists a boy named Musa. And Musa existed in a society which had over 350 inhabitants, and they faced a serious water challenge. The lack of water in that community led to several diseases. You list those diseases that the absence of water led to, and then you say, so my business comes in to present good drinking water for this community, and as a means to reduce the effect of this and these diseases. You want to have a clear problem statement. Remember, your problem statement should paint a clear picture of the problem that exists in that locality and the solution that you are providing, and not just the solution but the profit of the solution. So the problem, the solution, and the profit of the solution. It is very, very vital in your entrepreneurship journey, guys. So after having a clear understanding of what problem are you solving in the community, I think that's where many entrepreneurs who go above the clarity mark, they end there. They end at the point of just having the problem and having a good problem statement. But it goes beyond the problem statement. Did you know that? And this one is very rare. You want to note this carefully. You want to develop what we call a problem implication analysis. You want to analyze the implication of the problem. So it goes beyond you just painting a picture of the existing problem. People want to see the further effect of that problem. Okay, I'm going to paint this scenario, right? So for quite some years now, we've been hearing the story of there is global warming, there is this, there is that. Due to global warming, the temperatures are rising on the poles, ice is melting on the poles. How does that story sound to a Douala boy? How does that story sound to a boy who grew up in the city of Boya? How does that story sound to a boy who was raised in the back corners of a town called Limbe? How does that story sound to a boy who is growing just around the equator? The temperature is rising on the poles. How does that concern a boy at the equator? Come on, guys. So you want to improve on the implication of the problem. So the implication is already felt by someone at the poles, but now someone who is at the equator has to understand the implication of that problem. How can you do that? It is by doing a problem destruction forecast. So if this problem persists for the next 5 years, what would be the accumulated destruction that will be raised as a result of this problem? You want to have an understanding of that. So we call it a problem implication analysis. You want to have a clear understanding of the effect of this problem if it persists. And that's where many entrepreneurs miss it. So if you have a clear understanding of the effect of the problem if it persists, then trust me, you just made a good next step as an entrepreneur in your entrepreneurship journey or in your journey of impact. So first thing, find the problem, find the solution, and also you want to be able to find the implication of the problem. It is very important in your journey of influence. So after having a clear understanding of the problem, having a clear understanding of your solution, what solution you want to provide. Remember, many times we identify a problem and you go chasing in other directions except the real problem. So hit the problem on the head. There's this philosophy which says hit the nail on the head. You want to identify the problem and chase the problem. Don't go around chasing the environment. Chase the problem and address the problem. That's what people are paying you for. They are paying you to address that problem. So until you have a clear understanding of that, you keep missing it in your business. And hey, now Remember, it's business. So it's about value creation for wealth generation. If you miss out in the process of creating the right value, you would miss out in the process of generating the required quantity of wealth, right? So you want to be clear about what value are you producing for what people. And that is where another segment where clarity comes in, right? So what value am I producing for what class of people in society? If I produce this class of value, can this class of people pay? If I produce this kind of value, can people in this kind of society pay? Maybe because of their social orientation, maybe because of their religious beliefs, can they be able to afford this kind of value? You want to be very clear on that, right? So I think these are very vital steps. Also, what channels would you use to communicate your value across? Okay, this is your production area. The value has to pass through this route to reach the consumption area. What channels do you have to use to communicate your value from production to distribution? You want to be clear on that. So you might have an understanding of your problem, an understanding of your solution, an understanding of the implication of the problem, such that people are eager to get this solution. But hey, do you have the right channels to communicate your solution? In the absence of the right channels, it's as bad as not understanding the problem or finding a solution at all. So have an understanding of the right channels that you want to use, right? So next, you want to have a clear understanding of the revenue of the business. How much is the business generating? Within what period of time am I generating this amount of revenue within my business? So you want to have an understanding of the cost structure, of the kind of consumers, of the channels to reach out to my consumers, of the perfect value that I have to relate or create to be able to communicate excellently in the language of my consumers. Remember, with business, there's always the saying of class. You want to understand the class of people you're dealing with. You want to understand the kind of value that satisfies the thirst of the kind of people you are dealing with. So I just thought that we could exchange this brief session of ideas just for you to have an understanding of what clarity really is as an entrepreneur, and also to see how vital it is to have clarity in your journey as an entrepreneur, because in the absence of clarity, you can hardly enjoy excellence in your entrepreneurship journey. The absence of clarity starves you from excellence in your entrepreneurship journey. Remember, ideas make men dear, and it was a great pleasure to share ideas with you. Thanks to all for being present today, and this session was brought to you by Eagle Mind, and we are passionate about inciting a positive mentality in order to effect a positive reality. You can share ideas with us on our Eagle Mind page on Facebook. You can also check us out on our website www.eaglemind.org. And yes, it would be a great pleasure to always share ideas with you that go a long way to make men dear. Remember, you can contact us for communication and also for any event. We are open to ensure that together we can raise a new breed of entrepreneurs that would lead the world's change. Together we can make it possible. Have a nice day. Ideas make men dear. Ciao.